is Rosa Patel, and today I'm going to be talking about why deforestation needs to stop. Abstract. Something that has been affecting the world and still affects it is deforestation. It's a huge problem, and today I want to inform everyone of the major effects of deforestation and how it can be reduced. After much research, it is pretty clear that deforestation is a real problem in our world. 91.7% of 36 participants agree. Background. Since industrialization spread across the globe, a major thing people are forgetting about is trees. As population increases, the need for land also increases. People are now cutting down all the trees in a forested area in order to build businesses and homes. What people do not understand is that by removing all of these trees, they're causing a lot of environmental problems that could have been avoided. Research shows 50 billion trees are now down every year across the world. It's not sustainable for wildlife, people, or the climate. I believe deforestation is harmful, and there may be ways to reduce its spread. Rationale. I chose this topic because it is very important to inform people about the impact it causes on the environment. I think people should be taking better care of the earth so we have a place for all future generations to live comfortably. There are a lot of environmental issues that arise from deforestation, and these issues need to be heard. The purpose of this study is to inform people about the problem of deforestation and try to get them to take action and either stop the problem or help to reduce it. Everyone should understand this issue as it affects everyone, not only the people in the community, but also the animals that reside there, not to mention the global impact it also has. Research question number 1 is, what are the effects of deforestation? I hypothesize that deforestation is very harmful to the environment. Through research, I aim to find out the major effects and if in the long run they actually are harmful. My second research question is, how can we prevent or reduce deforestation? I hypothesize that there are some ways to lessen or reduce deforestation. I don't believe that it can fully go away, but I do think there are steps to be taken to prevent it from happening on such a big scale. Theoretical framework. Upon looking into my research topic, I came across many articles that touched upon the same thing. A direct quote from the Pachamama Alliance states, "The loss of trees and other vegetation can cause climate change, desertification, soil erosion, few crops, flooding, increased greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, and a host of other problems for people." Many other theories by other researchers show similar causes, effects, and possible solutions to the problem. Literature review. I have come across many articles containing similar research in the study. Organizations like the NASA Earth Observatory, the WWF, and the Pachamama Alliance all share similar research stating that deforestation does a lot of harm to the environment. They also state the many ways in which trees actually help us. There are also some scholars that, upon research, also came to a similar conclusion. Some of these people include Tidwell, Slavakova, and Gagalvez. Through my own research trials, I came up with similar results. Effects of deforestation. Some of the effects I found through my research of deforestation include increased carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, global warming, which makes up about 10% of global warming on the Earth, soil erosion, since trees actually protect the soil from the elements, flooding, loss of animal habitats, and pollution. Research design. I had 2 research questions. What are the effects of deforestation, and how can we prevent or reduce deforestation? The type of data I needed to answer these questions included research from credible online sources and statistical data from a poll of my own. I aim to describe the characteristics of deforestation to become more informed, to establish the cause and effect relationships of deforestation. Participants. The participants included in my study were to answer a short poll that I had created. The participants are all people who voluntarily took part in my research. There was a total of 36 participants involved, with a mix of males and females, all between the ages of 15 and 18. The specific demographic of these participants were that they were all teenagers within Crown Point High School. Data collection procedures. The data I was looking for was quantitative and was to be collected during a 24-hour time frame. I put the poll on social media, allowing for more people to see and interact with it. The conditions of the poll was to answer 3 yes or no questions and 1 choose all that apply question. All answers were to be personal opinions. I needed data seeing if people understood the harm of deforestation. Data analysis. I needed to make a poll to collect data. After all the answers were submitted, the computer generated the percentages that helped in analyzing the data. I chose a poll because it was an easy and simple way of collecting data from a group of participants. Data results, Part 1. My first research question was, what are the effects of deforestation? My personal hypothesis was that deforestation is very harmful to the environment. In a yes or no or maybe poll question asking if deforestation was harmful, 91.7% of participants said yes, it's harmful. 2.8% said no, it's not harmful, and 5.6% said it might be harmful. Data results, Part 2. My second research question was, how can we prevent or reduce deforestation? In a choose all that you think would work poll, 88.9% agreed that planting trees would help. 88.9% also agreed that recycling paper and cardboard would help. 52.8% agreed that lessening the burning of firewood helps. 77.8% agreed that buying recycled products helps. And 80.6% agreed that making more government regulations would help. The limitations. The boundaries that I set for this study were that the poll consisted of closed-ended questions. Although, by putting the poll on my personal social media account, it let me specify the main demographic participants in my research. Limitations. Some shortcomings that have influenced the results of my study would have been if people did not take the poll seriously. This would have been out of my control and have caused faulty results. Researcher bias. By using a choose all that you think would work question in one of my poll questions, it could have created some researcher bias. I specifically picked out the answers for this question, asking what the participants thought would help in reducing deforestation. They were my personal choices. I could have let the participants fill a blank answer. Implications. This research has contributed to the fact that deforestation is a problem. The audience should care about it since they seem to know it is harmful. My results support many other theories. Deforestation is something people know is harmful. They need to go out and help to reduce it. There are practical implications. After answering a poll about what are ways to reduce deforestation, a high majority of people pick all of the above. By looking at their own answers, they can see most of the ways in reducing deforestation are simple, so any one of them could do. Conclusion. My initial hypothesis for the first research question was that deforestation is very harmful to the environment. My hypothesis for the second question was that there are many ways to lessen or reduce deforestation. Almost everyone agreed that the many effects of deforestation are very harmful. Many people all agreed that there are many simple ways to help reduce it. The biggest result I found was the 91.7% of participants that agreed that deforestation is harmful to the environment and the world.